Oh, hey, funny to bump into you here. I'm on vacation here in Honolulu, Hawaii, catching up on obviously some reading. Woke up early to come to Hanama Bay. Check it out, a little bit of a view. So, as promised, I'd be updating you on what I've been absorbing in Daniel Pink's When. So why don't we go on a little walk, shall we? So I finished 2/3 of the book When, and it's really picking up. We're talking about, ooh, windy, and we're talking about starting points, midpoints, and endpoints, and how those really trigger success or a lot of things in our lives. So first off, starting points, really important. There's 3 ways to start, which is either to start right, start again, or start together. And what that means is starting right is basically what we talked about previously, is figuring out just how you function in terms of your energy. So if you're a morning person, make sure that you do everything in the morning right off the bat, or if you're an afternoon or a late night person, reserve that time, do it right then, because it's almost like getting the ball rolling. You want to get it rolling right off the bat. And like what I am doing, trying to embrace my morning larkness, and I'm at the beach, just getting my important stuff done, like my reading, soaking it in, and then later on, getting in some snorkeling. Next up is starting again. Hey, if you don't get it right the first time, just reboot. And Dan mentions there's a couple ways in doing that. You could do that from a social perspective, meaning like using big end dates like New Year's or the first of the month to really signify like, hey, I'm gonna do this again. Or you can make it a personal one, like during my birthday or an important anniversary of yours, to begin anew, right? I usually use just like checkpoints such as my birthdays to really reflect and see what's been going on. I could do New Year's. A lot of people do New Year's, but it's good to just have another check-in. And starting together, which is like holding yourself accountable with other people, and making sure that you are loud and proud about what you need to do so you can get other people to motivate you to begin doing that. After that, we're going to talk about the midpoint. At the midpoint of my vacation, walking up the Lighthouse Trail, found some sanctuary because it's crazy windy outside. Brought Dan with me to talk about the midpoint, to talk about the middle of your story, which in summary is basically essentially used as a time device to track your progress. Now, you need to figure out during your midpoint on how far you've progressed, because it'll allow you to either push harder and go faster to ultimately achieve your perfect ending. That's right. And another time hack that Dan mentioned is that it's better to be slightly it's better to be the underdog and slightly behind, so it allows you to put in that extra oomph in achieving your goal. And he's basically done a lot of studies across the NBA, and he's found that teams that are about 1 to 2 points below the winning team tend to eventually win the game simply because they just try harder, right? So we can all learn from that. We can all push a little bit harder during our midpoints and achieve that great ending. So with that in mind, I need to show you this view. It's awesome. Check it out. And now to the end. That's right, I'm at Waikiki Beach, ending this video and closing off what I've read so far in Daniel Pink's When. The ending is the most important out of all the 3 because it's the one that's going to close off your story, your goals, and it's going to be the one that's able to push you into your next story or your next goal. Dan Pink says the ending is about encoding, energizing, and elevating, and end off on a high note. And he says that the best endings, actually, they come from what he calls a poignancy type of angle, which is like, it's kind of bittersweet. If you're gonna end something and you're gonna make it meaningful, it has to be something that's like bittersweet. I don't know about you Star Wars nerds, but when Luke lost his father, in that third act of the original saga. Imagine what it would be like if Luke didn't have to lose his dad and they just chilled and hung out on Endor and had coffee with the Ewoks. It wouldn't have that weight. So anything that we do, we have to know that there has to be some type of sacrifice, some type of buoyancy to really give it some weight. That's it. That's so far what I've read. I'm gonna finish this bad boy, finish the sucker, and to leave this on a bittersweet note. Yes, the bad thing, we're done this video, but the good thing is that we're gonna hit up the next video with a full summary after I finish reading this bad boy. And I wanna tell you I appreciate you hanging out with me on my little Hawaiian excursions. Check me out in the next video for the full summary and all the key highlights, and I'll just leave you with a little bit of this. Wait! If you like this video, prove it by giving me the thumbs up. Remember to subscribe so you can check out the full summary of Daniel Pink's When. And if you don't subscribe, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to hurl myself into the ocean, and I don't even really know how to swim. Don't do this to me. They're not gonna save me. They don't even know me. Don't do it. Don't do it.